Unmute. Look at that. Look at that.
Good evening.
Good evening and
Good evening.
welcome. Yeah. That's a very like news round intro.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Good evening. There's been trouble with the high E string on the Osiris on the wall, as you can see in the background. Another string has popped.
Oh dear.
Hutch, have you had any issues recently with popping E strings or popping E's?
Well, a G string actually.
Oh dear me,
Yeah,
really?
really,
G
yeah,
string. Alright, must have been really giving it some big guns.
I replaced it with the wrong gauge.
Oh no! So you had did you have a tight G string or a
I'm very tight now.
very tight
very
G string?
tight.
Hello everyone, it is wonderful, and I mean that. Fucking wonderful to see you as I crush my guitar and boss cable to death. Lovely. Do you swear on your streams as soon as
It comes out sometimes, yeah. It just depends.
Oh no, that fucking Nightbot. I keep meaning to disable it. Sorry guys. Anyway, let's have a scroll back. Dale, lovely to see you. Hutch's hair. Okay, ready to go. Sean, get those kebabs ready. It is freezing cold outside. It's the perfect kebab weather. That is very true. Fast frets. Oh, look at that. Isn't that strange? It just says Thomas. That's the only person I know. It's cut him off.
Kaboobs.
It's not put his full comment. Oh, wait a minute. There's the reveal. Oh, okay. It just gets longer. Thanks, Chris. Look at that. I thought that said heavening. Evening. Oh yeah, and yeah, yes, mate. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. There we go. Blue Sky Lizard is here early today. He's not messing around. Mech is here. Hello, Mech. Okay. Great stuff. All right. Stelly. Hello, mate. Hello, matey. Polychrome updates. More than updates. More than updates. Speaking of Polychrome, don't forget the best deals in the world are live right now on polychromedsp.com. Get 50% off on everything. Don't complain to me later. Just saw the stream. Can't get the deal anymore. Go get it. I know. Hello, hello. And look at that. Hellhammer. This is a true, real life profile picture of Hellhammer right there. Hellhammer was actually John Claude in Bloodsport. True fact.
Right, yeah. Makes a lot of sense now you mention it.
Yeah. He was wearing a Van Damme suit.
Obviously.
Absolutely beasting it. It seems like as per usual, Spotify is just like aggressively loud. But anyway. Zenfully. Hello, mate. Good evening, guys. Was just chugging on Hyper Rig at -3 pitch. Amazing. Yes. Yes, indeed. And it's always a time for espresso. Oh, no. Don't get me started on coffee, mate. Hutch's sweater is next level. It is. Look at this. Look at that. Oh, my God. Look at that. That is.
Goes great with the room, doesn't it?
Look at that. Come on now. Come on now. Braxel, hello, mate. Great to see you too. Derek. Hutch looking like Robert Plant.
Really?
Were you ever a fan of Robert Pant? Pant?
Robert Pants. Robert Pants. No, but it's make a brilliant cartoon, couldn't we? Robert Pants.
Hutch, were you ever a fan of Rubber Pants?
Oh, Robert Pants, not Rubber Pants.
It just gets worse and worse the more I say that name.
No, I've never been a fan of Robert Pants.
I was for a very small time in the 90s, you know? A little bit of Led Zeppelin. Yeah, but it was like it was a blip. And I think it was because like the band I was in was trying to do a few Led Zeppelin covers to be cool. But it didn't work. Yeah. Rubber Pants. Chris! Hello, Chris. Ooh, Braxel's having a friggin' steak dinner, that lucky bugger. There we go. Pastel shades, mate. I think mate, I don't know if it is very pastel-y in here, unless you're talking about my my top, which desperately needs ironed. Here he is, Big Kevin Crunch is here. Come on, let's give him the horn. Lackluster scream there, but yeah. Hello, Kevin Crunch. Great to see you. Look at that. Who is else here? You got know where you live. We had this morning.
Yeah.
Hutch was telling me about his adventures trying to get...
Well, I got stuck in it and I nearly needed to get recovery. It was extremely stressful.
And now it's all gone. And apparently warmer weather is coming on the weekend, so we'll see. None of that slushy pish.
Like rear-wheel drive just isn't fun.
Yes. Well, it is fun.
It's not when you're trying to get somewhere.
Yeah,
in a straight line.
If you just go round in the, round and round in the circle in the car park, yeah, great fun. No. Mike Melody King, it is wonderful. 10 out of 10 to see you, my friend. Oh, look at there we go. David said, Hutch's hair looks like a universe gem. Oh, not your hair, your shirt. Yeah, I was thinking your hair was like a universe gem.
It's all one package, really, isn't it?
Comes with the product, yeah. Yeah, look at that, different guitar. Look at that, guys. Look at that. The HD is back in Lambo Orange.
Looks good, doesn't it?
Oh, looks
very
good.
Colour coordinated today.
It does look very
proud of myself.
coordinated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at who else is here. That is right, he's here, ready for action tonight. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. Good to see you, Kevin. I know, right? It is. Kevin is here. Everyone's spirits are lifted. Lifted up. And we have a duck here as well. Wow.
Sir Quack-a-Lot.
Sir Quack-a-Lot graced us with a quack. Excellent. So today, we're going to play some notes. We're going to play some tracks and jam a bit. But I thought we'd do a little bit of our top guitar playing tips.
Right.
Can be off the shelf, off the cuff. We can do some Q&A of guitars. If you want to get in on this, also we have to make sure there's some pick tins which are being shipped out next week. But these come sealed, so there is no typically opening them up and signing them. But there is a very special viewer of ours who's ordered a Mcrocklin Hutch CD.
Oh, amazing.
And it has been requested that we give it the old signature. So I thought we'd take the opportunity to do a little fun message of some kind as well as sign it. Could be cool. I mean, my writing is like 3 out of 10 usually, so...
Well, it'll be better than mine.
But, yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's good.
We must not forget, so I'm going to leave
we'll do
this...
That. Live signing.
Live signing.
Live Q&A.
Yeah. So, guys, so your question doesn't get missed out. If you have a question about guitar playing, guitar techniques, guitar tones, whatever it might be to do with music in general, then let's say you do Q:. So that way, as per usual, we can scroll back and do Q:. The CD is only on store.mcrocklin.com. It's not in your local HMV. Yeah, exactly like that.
Perfect example.
Perfect 10 out of 10 example. Q:, your question. And that way, if we're blabbering on later on in a little while, we'll try and go through those previous comments that have a question and we'll do our best to answer them. You ride BMX, we both have had different stints, would you say?
We have, yeah. We kind of got back into it for a while. A few years ago, yeah. I was really into it.
I've put mine...
I sold mine.
Oh, you sold it? I put mine in my dad's garage. It's a summer-only bike.
Yeah, I wouldn't...
It's very nice.
I was going to have an accident the way I was going.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Because I was just taking more and more risk, you know.
You were gunning for it. So I'm going to change this camera over to... This will be my guitar shot. There we go. Even more so. And this will be your guitar shot, Hutch. Look at that. Bingo and Bango. That's the new band name. Bingo and Bango.
Yep.
Bingo Bango. Bingo Bango. The CD is... Sorry, the album is on iTunes, Spotify, John. So if you want to listen to some music over the weekend, Mcrocklin and Hutch is all on there. Yeah. Bicycle enthusiast here. Oh look, Sean. That is a great profile picture. Look at that.
Just teeth.
Just
Brilliant.
not ordinary teeth as well. Imagine you went to the dentist with those teeth.
Oh, need to do some filing.
Son, we need to put you in a band.
It's going to take a while to whiten them.
Yeah. Is the CD with a cardboard slip case? I don't think so. I think it's just an insert as far as I'm aware. I can check. Oh, wow, I forgot about this picture.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Come on now, guys. Yeah. No, it's just a double-sided insert as far as I'm aware. Oh, yeah, we are. You like it? Yeah, I got a bit bored recently, and then I went all in on the S-Log. Yeah, store.mcrocklin.com. Usually, like, I can't get to the post office very often and stuff, but there is a run going on tomorrow, as in a post office run. So all the picked-ins that people have ordered, as well as the CD, that will be shipping out tomorrow. Yeah, the slightly different vibe on the LUT. I think this is the best color profiles that's been on, I guess. Yeah. You know how rich you would be if everyone in the US and UK gave you 5 cents? Ooh, I would take that. I don't even know what the figure it is, but everyone in the UK and US give me 5 cents. I would take that. I'll take that. Anyway, guitars. That's a clean tone.
Yep.
I might need to move my pedal board. Check your tones there, Mr. Hutch. Da 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 da. And I will check mine. Low gain. Big lead. It's been a while since I fired this setup, but I think that's right.
It's a different.
No, I think it's right. Yeah, I think it's close enough. Okay, Q, do you have 7?
No.
It turns out you didn't want to give it up.
No, that's not going.
That was a funny stream though. We had this stream and I had this dream. I was like, Hutch, he's not playing the 7 much. Maybe I should take it and see if I can get it off him. But it turns out he's using it. Having said that, if Hutch randomly had a dream about coming in and taking one of my guitars, I would be like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, Hutch. Kevin Crunch is in the gig bag. There is no 7 string. There's just Kevin Crunch in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, look at that! Stephen Cassidy is here. Come on now. Yep. Good to see you, mate. How's you doing, Steve? Just ordered CD and a pick tin. Oh my gosh. What a legend. Thank you so much, Chris. Well, we have to go get another CD. Make sure when we do it, we'll do a special message to Chris on his CD too. So we will. I'll go down. Hutch will play a little soul on a bit, and I'll go grab another one from the cat's room / the stock room. So my bottom left room, it's basically gear and a cat. All of the overflow gear that just doesn't live here anymore, it's all just dumped in that room, and the cat sleeps among it.
Brilliant. It's
just terrible. Jugs of fast fret. Oof. Okay. A buddy of mine is in love with the Mcrocklin and the Hyper kiesel. He's using more mine than his own stuff. He's using mine more than his own stuff. I don't get the last part, but I get that he likes Hyper kiesel and Mcrocklin suite.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Q is all kicking off. So why don't we play a little bit? And then we'll get into the guitar Q&A and the nitty-gritty. One question here, and then we'll start playing something. And that is, Hypertune is included in Polychrome's plugin. So Polychrome is the brand, like you can't, like Polychrome is the brand, right? And then the Mcrocklin suite and Hyper kiesel have Hypertune as their transposer. But then we also have a separate version of Hypertune, which has more features and twice the range. So if you want to do like octave stuff, like, or go down 2 octaves, or use it as a bass and whatnot, then, well, actually, technically, you can use the regular version included in the Mcrocklin suite and Hyper kiesel as a bass. But if you want to go real low, like -18, then the separate version one is the way to go. Take a demo of all of them. PolychromeDSP.com. Any tracks that you would like to jam over, Hutch, to get the moving?
Well, we'll just, you know, pick something. Anything.
What was that thing that we just randomly stumbled across? D minor, Neon Chill.
All right, let's do that.
Was it good? Okay. Be very careful. Wait a minute, Chris. Just in case, I'll put it in mine. Your purchases, like, so be careful, if just in case I'm reinterpreting that wrong. If he's using your licenses for the Mcrocklin suite Hyper kiesel, and there's a good chance it could ban your account. So if it's you that's bought it and you've said, here you go, use this, that might kill your account very quickly. So unless I'm reading that completely wrong, but maybe it's just let me know just in case. All right, D minor it is apparently. Guys, I've got terrible news. I've just realized my guitar is very sharp, okay? But we'll get there. We'll tune it back up to pitch. It'll be fine. Great to see you, Pat. Welcome. We're going to get into a little bit of guitar tips soon. Play one more track, maybe two more tracks. Maybe something a bit soft to get us started. And then we'll get into some top tips of guitar playing. But if you have a question and you'd like to get that question answered, Q-Colon. Yeah, your question. Like that. Probably typos there, but you get the idea. Oh yeah, very, very much typos. But I had a pick in my hand. Yeah, get them in the chat, and we'll be able to search for those questions if the chat goes too far down. There you go. If you have a question for Chili, get it in like that too. Those keyboard lines are really great to replicate on lead guitar. Oh, nice. Very nice. And hey, Troll. Troll, I actually found my E string all the way up to F. It must have known you were here, and it was like, I need to get a semitone higher or lower. Hey, Jamie. Guys, also, whilst I'm restringing here, Hutch is ever so close. If you're not subscribed, he's almost at a massive milestone. Make sure you go subscribe to Tim's channel. He's linked in the description below. youtube.com/@TimHutch. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's get him over the 1,000 subs.
Very close.
By Monday morning, if you're watching this later. Close enough here. Yeah, he is the legato swordsman.
It's a good way of putting it.
Just any gem of advice. Okay, we will get into that. Nice to see Red Headless Delos is back. Yeah, look at that. Lambo orange.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Crusher now. See the sparkle in this. Our friend Sean did say a track name earlier, and what is it? Vibes for the Weekend sort of track. Can't remember the line so much, but we'll see.
What is it? Oh, yeah. Right, we'll start again.
Had a little problem there, okay. I had to really reach quickly for my tuner, that's what I'm gonna say, and it put me off, okay? Okay, so I want you to wipe that last 30 seconds away. Oh, actually, I'm still a bit flat. Oh, that's nice, Hutch.
Just build me on.
This time, I will not have to kick. You like it? Oh, there we go! 974 Hutch, courtesy of the big man himself.
Excellent.
Woo!
Thank you.
Pressure's on now, though. How much points do you stream you got?
We're knocking out a few good wrong notes here.
Yeah, I haven't been playing a lot this week. I'm not sure what amp that is. You guys take some guesses. Is that the Mcrocklin suite or Hyper-Rig Kiesel? Very loose. Pip? I don't know if that's Pip. Oh, there we go. Okay, that is. I'm intrigued to see what that tone is. So is it the Mcrocklin suite or Hyper-Rig Kiesel? Let's have a look. Oh, it is the Mcrocklin suite, as we can see. It is a preset called It's Lead. What else do we have? It's a smooth one here. Yeah, it's a little bit full of that one. Deep in melody. That's preset. You get all of these tones included with the Mcrocklin suite, and they're all 50% off right now. polychromdsp.com to get the deals. To compare against Hyper-Rig Kiesel. So here is Hyper-Rig Kiesel, and oh gosh, Hyper-Rig. Let me load up a few presets and then we'll get to some guitar stuff. So have a clean. Like that, which I like. I like this sound a lot, the lick guy. That's using the compressor into the boost pedal, and I also like this mountaintop. But if you just go like load up the default preset, it also has like carbon, which is just a really great heavy rhythm channel. Get wide on there. Drop it down 4, 5. Tighten that gate up a bit more. So we'll get back into the tones in a little bit. So guitar questions. The suite and no use display would be nice in the video as well. The suite and preset use display. Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, it'd be really cool to like trigger on the floor and it comes up with that. Anyway, what we're going to do first is scroll back a little bit and search for the questions with Q. I think that should search. There we go.
All right. Okay.
Okay. Going back to the first question that I think is appropriate. Oh, wait, sorry, let's scroll back a little bit further. But this is relating to you, so you answer that one.
Did Hutch change his main preset? No, but I think it's just sounding different today because different pickups. So these are classics.
Classics.
Yeah, Fishman classics.
Yeah. And the top might be playing a little bit of, you know.
That'll be helping the sound for sure.
This is a great question from Kevin, though. What is both of your go-to warm-ups to re-sync up your hands? Like, for me, it's low gain, jamming, very little distortion, very few post effects like delays and reverbs, and I often jam to like a beat, just so I can really feel like locked in after a little while. Especially if I've been like away on like a holiday, or like this week we've been deep with like programming stuff, so I haven't been able to pick up the guitar like in previous weeks, riffing, playing, you still get like the fingers going.
Yeah.
But this week there's been very little, and that's why I feel a little bit like rough tonight. But usually, like if I was just by myself, I mean, this tone has a lot of reverb and delay, but it's like that style of,
Yeah.
you can dig into it. But
That's definitely my favourite place to be on warming up, is those edge of breakup sounds. And again, I always really just like using a jamming track just to play to, because it's super fun. But I'll even use it like a metronome, so there might be an exercise I'm doing, but then I might improvise out of it.
right.
You know, so I think it's a great way to then discover new lines, isn't it? By doing a technical exercise, playing it in time, and then making it actually into something musical.
Makes sense. Makes sense. There you go. So that is the question covering Kevin Crunch and the Captain. Now, Troll has a question of E flat. Now, I've got to say, I like to oblige, because look what I've done to the A2, guys. You will love this, Troll. The A2 has been repurposed. I've got to say, just making presets and jamming around with it, I've been liking it a lot.
Okay.
Cable. If you guys are not familiar with this, I'm sure most of you are. This is a lovely kiesel A2 model. Very, very nice top. Super cool neck. Oh, that one is better. Oh, there we go. Black body. From behind, it looks like the sort of bigger sister or brother to your Ash 02. But more importantly,
Is it chambered?
I think it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Is it really light?
Yeah, like,
I don't know if it's...
I'm sure this and the solo, the solo is 100% chambered, and I think this is.
Will be, yeah.
So, a little bit out of tune. Oh, I think what, has the battery died?
It was flashing red.
Oh, the volume pot was down.
Ah, yeah, it's a simple mistake.
Let's try a little bit of a drier sound. And it's nines tuned down to E flat.
Nines?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
And I kind of like it.
What do you like about it?
It's easy to play.
Yeah.
Actually, so what's interesting though?
What is interesting, so if it's easier to play and you like it, would you be tempted to go to eights then on a standard tuning? Because if you're experiencing that with this, surely if you put eights on a headless.
So what I kind of like about it is it feels similar to nines on a headless, because nines on a headless feel a bit tighter than nines would on this.
Oh, I thought it's the other way. I thought that these are
I know.
tighter.
But I don't know why. But this feels it is a little bit easier on certain, like to bend. But when you're on the B string, that is a little bit like it's easier to overcook it. But the general like riff tension, I don't know why, it just feels similar to like the nines on that.
Okay.
But usually, yeah, it's the other way around where like 9s on this would feel, sorry, 10s on a headless. It's the other way around. 9s on a headless would feel like 10s on a headstock because the extra string length, it makes it feel a bit different. I don't know. But it's been nice to play anyway. Do you want to try it?
Sounds good.
Good. Oh.
Very good.
Let me try this one. Oh, those pops, they've got a lot of your skin in them by the looks of it.
Yeah, they will have. But actually the thing is, we're meant to be changing those to these.
Oh, really?
I need to get some scent.
Oh yeah, nice. There we go. We've tried each other's guitars now, mate. That's it. Friends forever.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go scroll down the comments and find more questions. All right, good one from Sean here. Could both of you demonstrate something with string skipping that you like? I love string skipping. I'll let you take the first part, the first one, and I will change back to a constant pitch.
Okay, so the first one for me is, it's almost like wide interval inspiration. So E minor, we'll take this part of E minor. So we've got first finger, second, third, skipping to the third string. If you're hybrid picking, you can do sequences quite easily, which is my favourite thing. And then transfer it to something pentatonic. There's like some cool little quirky things you can do with that. But I highly recommend string skipping, hybrid.
So for my string skipping, I would go back to the first track that I remember starting to use string skipping, and I think that was in Spectrum, at the end of Spectrum. Now the full outro solo is not fully string skipped, but there is sections of it. And the track is in A minor, and the part that is string skipped is basically like in a C major position, because it's right here. Let me show you. So at the end of Spectrum, it goes like into this. It's kind of like that. And those shapes I really, really like the sound of. So what's happening is it's basically going. There's like the string skipping part. And the reason I'm saying it's in C major, like a position, because it's like right here is. I'm gonna go totally dry for a second so it's less annoying. Like right here is like C major. And if you play 3 note per string, C major. it's kind of like that position, right? So yeah, it's a cool lick.
I suppose we haven't got the backing track because you're starting from the F. It's like a Lydian sound. It's got that dissonant, sharp phone.
Yeah. And then it goes down a position, which is kind of like the same approach. Yeah, so. It's like that. And then I think, is it this track that has this? I don't know if that is. Maybe it's part of Storms or something.
Storms.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a similar sounding position, and I really like that. It's very.
But that second part where you're shifting down there, really handy string skipping sort of arpeggios on. It's like an A minor. So that kind of stuff's like an A minor 7, isn't it? 2 notes there, skip to the 3rd. So it's like loads of
it's
cool
a cool
stuff
sound.
you can do.
It's a very cool sound. Yeah, that's a good question. So that was a bit of a longer answer, but for Sean. But overall, I think the thing that's cool about string skipping is you can really play to the strengths of it and just widen the intervals. Like I love string skipping and then tapping. So like if we took that string skipping approach, but then we went. Like that could be like in the middle of a riff. You know, it could be like, whoa, it's like a synth arpeggio sort of thing. And I think that's the sort of cool thing about string skipping in general. So let's move on to another question. How is it possible to produce a pinch harmonic in the lower strings? Second, third fret, like E, A, D string. So, well, I think it's personally it's not harder in those areas. Like if we're in G, you kind of get like the muscle memory of where the pinches are. And I think the A and D string are a bit easier. Yeah. So I think what you might be doing is you might be going for like a very easy octave pinch on your normal one. So for example, if you're playing like A minor and you know here is the octave, you might be doing pinch harmonic like this. And they're very easy because it's a straight up octave. But where it gets harder is when you start getting higher and you're looking for those very specific. Because there's such a small area. But as you get down, I think for me, it's a little bit easier. But the only thing you have to be is a little bit more aggressive. Like if we're like chugging away in F sharp. I don't like the sound of lower pinched harmonics like that. I would always go like that. Obviously easily to overdo, but the way I do it though is like I really lay the thumb that way. See, when you're pinching, you're getting that.
So that pick's coming at a really hard angle.
Yeah.
More than 45 degrees.
It's like straight down, yeah. So right there. So then you've just got a much higher chance of nailing an arpeggio. Sorry, a pinched harmonic, because it's like if you go for it and you miss it, like I'm so used to getting it like that. It's like it's kind of half between. But also, if you go really aggressive and you commit to it, even if you're like slightly out like that, it's like you can actually get it to come in by just moving your thumb ever so slightly at the end if you catch it. Yeah. Do you have? I've never heard you do a lot of low pinch harmonics. Do you like lower pinch harmonics, or you not?
I like them in solos, yeah. Like if I'm riffing, it'll happen. Yeah.
There we go. So yeah, I think that's the real thing about it is just aggressive angles and just really commit to getting that pinch hard. Zenfully, when running Hyperrig and Mcrocklin Suite together on Ableton, do the minimum PC requirements double, or is it per plugin? It depends. I mean, like, I'm making a mix on something at the moment, and there's like 35 instances of the Mcrocklin Suite running, as well as a bunch of kiesel, Hyperrig kiesel. So, like, if you have a machine that struggles with just 2 instances of Polychrome plugins, it's probably getting up there in terms of the age of the machine, you know, because going from 1 to 2 instances doesn't, to answer your question, doesn't really double the CPU usage, and then going again from like 2 to 4, in my experience, certainly on Apple Silicon and the Intel stuff on PC that we've tested it with, it doesn't like double every time, as in like, if you have a machine that can run 2 instances, there's a very high likelihood that'll run 8 instances, you know. But I would just try it and see how you go. If you wanted to back that down, what you could do is just assign a button to power each of the instance on and off. That's the way I used to do it. Now I just leave them all running, but I kill the input going to each plugin with a utility with like the gain turned to infinite, like 100, so that basically both plugins are running. So like when I stop playing, like Mcrocklin Suite here, the audio track just doesn't get killed, the input to that plugin gets killed, so you still get the trails, right? But yeah, if you get stuck with that, jump on the Polychrome DSP Discord, polychromedSP.com/Discord. And it's not obviously super busy because it's like people that are just interested in getting the most out of the plugins. So you'll get great help there.
In fact, on my live looping set, I'm running, I would say, more than 10 instances. There's a low latency,
also, right,
like loads. Like,
they're just all running.
They're all running.
Interesting.
I've not had any problems.
So that is a different approach again. So again, yeah, and that's on a laptop.
It is, yeah, M1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there you go. So Zenfully, I think you should be fine. Give it a shot. What are your plans for 2025? Are you going to NAMM next year? Michael, there is plans to travel and to do some stuff, but California NAMM probably will not be one of them, certainly for me. So with Polychrome, we're like very close to launching something super cool. And it's going to be followed up by something super cool and something else. And so I think, I don't know, bit of traveling, but not to NAMM. I just don't feel NAMM is where it was 5 years ago, or the NAMM pre-COVID, where it was like super cool. You know, it was great to like meet up. But maybe it'll just continue to grow and stuff. But from my experience, it seems like a lot of brands have pulled away from NAMM, and it's just less of a colossal event that it once was, you know. Plans for 2025, Hutch? You have anything specific that you're thinking about?
No, not in particular. Grow the channel, yeah.
Smashing everything to bits. What is the one stomp box you used to love more than anything else? Oh, that's a good question. I'll go first on that one. I used to love the Bogner Hollow a lot. And then the other day I plugged it in because it's on that little pedal board down there. And I was like, oh no. It's like, it's not exactly how I remember it. Mm-hmm. And I think it's because I use heat presser on the Mcrocklin Suite, and the Hyperrig kiesel compressor, also very, very cool. So yeah, the Bogner Harlow was like that was like always on tap, no matter what the clean was. Yeah, but historically, I used to have a Marshall distortion pedal going back in the day. Marshall distortion pedal into an amp, that was the thing. Do you have you got that one pedal that you like?
Yeah, it's still on my pedal board. Boss Octavator,
Oh,
the new one.
OC5.
OC5, yeah,
Yeah.
really like that.
Yeah. Have you tried Hypertune's Octave mode though?
I'll have that as well.
Yeah, I like that. That got me finally to take my OC5 off the board. So if you haven't heard it, this is just that's a Mcrocklin suite. You can put Hypertune in the Octave mode, but you can also play chords, even complex one. Now that's fifths. Seventh. Down an octave. So I just like that flexibility. So I have like one pedal board just dedicated to changing. I'll show you what's happening there real quick. Sorry, we're going off topic ever so slightly. But so on the input here, I have Hypertune. And on the pedal board, I'm just kind of triggering. That's slow, ultra low. And it just feels like perfect. And then I have another preset that's just not using anything. Yeah, but OC5 was an OG favorite of mine. Yeah. All right. Does that purple guitar have two jacks? Yes, that A2 does. It's a feature of the A2. It has I think they call it the access jack on the back and a traditional jack on the bottom. Any future plans for suites to be incorporated into a physical hardware piece of equipment? I don't know about full suites because that's a different thing entirely, but I think there is a lot of demand for Hypertune to be a pedal. That is probably the #1 request we get for a hardware device. Hypertune as a pedal. Whether and when we get the time to go through it and to do it, I don't know. But if we did do a hardware pedal, I think it would almost certainly start with Hypertune because there's no other transposer that competes with it. Right. Hutch, you're up for this one. Here we go. Any tips to tamp down tensing when you're trying to play fast? Oh, yeah, that's.
Yeah. Zoom in.
Here we go.
So, what you probably notice is when I'm playing, this first finger twitches, right? And this is a super handy thing to do because when you're doing legato, it releases all the tension in your hand. Usually when you keep your finger down, you'll start feeling tension building up. So for some reason, when you give this finger a little bit of waggle, legato forever. There you go.
I was just putting a little story up. Okay, there we go. Put a little story up of that. I'll have a look at that question as well. And yeah, so any tips to tamp down? Well, I guess he means stamp down on the tensing up. So a lot of people, I'm going to have a different approach to this. for me, if I was getting tense when I was playing, I know the feeling from the past of tensing the right arm.
Yeah.
And you kind of have this motion of like, and you can only do it for like 10 seconds, and your arm's like, whoa. So for me, like if I'm playing fast with the right hand, I like to feel like I'm pivoting, like so I sort of get my wrist into the bridge, and I alternate pick a lot more than Hutch, because he is like Mr. Legato a lot of the time, and I'm Mr. like smash it with alternate picking, and that's my thing. But to do that, I would say do it in bursts and then break. Like, so for example, if you're like E minor, you could do like, and then riff. So you could go like, and keep varying like the stuff afterwards, you know, just go into triplets, like where you're just breaking up the flow a little bit to keep trying to pushing yourself off balance. And then you could do this with a beat and just keep increasing the beat tempo. And then you could go back and forwards. So right there, like I feel like some people at speed would be really tense, like, and you'd only be able to do it for so long. But when you get really like comfortable with it, like the left hand is really chilled, and the right hand is like super chilled. It's not like tensed at all. So that I guess there's two different approaches.
Mm-hmm.
Two different approaches. I've got bad news, Tim.
What is it?
Amazon said they couldn't deliver the HDMI cable. Okay.
Yeah. Fair enough.
What happened? They said attempted delivery, but nobody attempted the delivery, Hutch, because no one pressed the doorbell. Anyway, okay, I'm slowly getting into Ableton and found their looper plugin. Are you both utilizing that in your setups?
No. So I'm using Push 2, which I just think's absolutely brilliant.
So Hutch is using this device, Push 2, which I use a little bit. And then I do have a looper, which I have two of them, but I only use one of them. And the one I have in the set is basically a free running looper. So like if I just like wanted to record like this, you could just record it and it's not on any timeline. It's just like a free thing. But then the other way would be like beats. And then you could just record that.
And this,
you could do some leads.
Is that on what key we in?
nice. I like that. Yeah, bit of fun. How do you use the push to loop like that? It's not. If it's not long, a bit of an explanation. So effectively, we're just recording audio tracks in 4 to 8 bar chunks there. So when I was double clicking these guys, I was basically. So I was basically taking inputs from all of the different Hyper 8 kiesel I was using for the bass, this sound here. That was my bass tone, and then I had like a pad thing going on. Mcrocklin suite.
So what's your bass, what amp is your bass coming from?
Maple. And I have a dubstep bass, which is like, well, it's dubstep, but it's like just a bit more ambient. Yeah, so you do all slap stuff. So we're just, I'm taking inputs from the plugins into the audio tracks, and then when they all play back, you just jam. And then afterwards you go, oh, that was really good. And then you go delete, 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 and then the thing's gone. Anyway, that is us caught up on the cues. Let's get out of that mode, because no doubt the chat will be like booming, and then everyone's like, why are you not talking to us? Why are you not talking to us? So let's catch up on the live chat. Oh my god, we have to scroll up a lot here.
We could work backwards.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. Hutch's legato just gets better. If you want legato like a boss, Hutch has great 2-part legato tutorial on his YouTube channel.
Oh yes.
Check that out. Okay, so we are pretty much...
We're caught up.
I think so. I'm going to go back to the live chat, but just from 5 minutes ago. Both Polychrome products are great. Thank you so much. No tubes required. We have tubes in them, but it's all in software. Okay, let's keep pushing through here at an enormous pace. Leo, let's please let me know. You guys have a floating tram? Yep. Yes, it should, Leo, but basically you got to make sure that it's floating flat in the springs, or like, yeah. So for example, all the way down, floppy strings. Pull all the way back. And that's with old strings, which don't have the best tuning stability. So if your trem's like nicely set up, you should be pretty good. Yeah, it did look good on Hutch. Yeah, the A2 was popping, wasn't it? All right, let's keep scrolling. We're basically trying to catch up to the live chat now, guys. So we're almost there. I think Zach Weil could definitely answer the pinched harmonic question. That is also very true. Zach Weil's vibrato on big pinched harmonics. Yes. Tommy, I met you in 1989 in Newcastle. How are you doing? I doing well, Jamie. Yeah, hope you are doing well. It has been a time. 1989, wow. I wonder where we met. Right, okay. We are almost there, guys, with a live chat. Would you ever consider bridging the Mcrocklin suite with the kiesel plugin? No, 100% not. They're very different to each other in a lot of ways, and they very much complement each other. So there's nothing shared. They have totally different approaches in different areas. So, but no, we wouldn't bridge those two products together. Night got to go. Awesome stream. Hit the like button. Yes, guys. Let's see if we can get some kebabs going here. Up to 75 likes. What are we on? Like a really poor number right now. Oh my god. Yes. Let's see if we can get it up to 75 in the next few minutes. Alright. Grams, I've heard Fishman sound much different than other active pickups. What is their benefit? So, Fishman will tell you, and I think this is pretty true, that they don't try to be an active pickup sound. They are basically what they refer to as a powered pickup. And what they kind of aim for is to eliminate the inconsistency of hand wound pickups. You know, you'll see so many times like, oh, I have the such and such set and it's a Golding set and they just sound amazing. And these, you know, but then you get another set of the same pickups and they might not sound amazing. So Fishman's approach is basically to recreate like a really great sounding passive pickup, but in a digital way that is easily to recreate consistently for 100,000 sets. That's their kind of ethos, really, in a nutshell. And because they're like using coils and digital programming, they're able to go into their software and kind of introduce frequencies in interesting and different ways. But they often don't go for like completely crazy sets. They're just trying to recreate classic passive pickups with little spins on them. So yeah, they totally don't have like a compressed EMG sort of sound or anything like that. Hypertune sure is giving hardware pitch shifters some competition. I think so. Hi, Joe. Good to see you, Joey. Very true. Very true. Very true. Can you please play the hyperdrive in the back? I will grab that in just a moment. I will, yeah. Just trying to catch up to the chat. Loki, I don't know if you're still here. Well, there he is. Come on. There he is. Thomas, you said you didn't play guitar for over a decade. How did you regain your passion for playing? Because I've been going through the same thing. So I have like a really addictive personality, and maybe Hutch will have an answer for this as well, because he kind of lost, I guess, the buzz for playing in a way, and also returned to playing, and look how he plays now, right? So I went down to the point of like playing guitar for 20 years or so, down to like 10 minutes in 3 months. So a tiny amount. It's like every time I picked up a guitar, it felt alien, and there was no dexterity, there was nothing. But I used to run a music store, Professional Music Technology, PMT, and I used to always have, you know, set the guys up like, okay, guitar department needs to be like this, but I was always like into PA and recording and high tech, and I would never spend time in the guitar department because I didn't want those suckers giving me the chance to put guitars in my hand. But Dagan used to always like Steve Vai's stories, and he was like really into like he knew more of my past and history, and he used to like put guitars in my hand whenever you could in a way that like it was kind of fun, but like I could still feel like it was horrible. Anyway, like he sort of got me going a little bit, and I was like, okay, I'll dig out my old Fender. And I just started playing it, and I did one Facebook video, and then like there was like a flood of comments and views and shares on it. I was like, well, people are interested in this shit. Like, this is 20 years later. I've banned for good and past, and all that stuff's gone now. Like, and then it just went from there, and I was like, oh, actually, this was kind of fun. And then I was like, Oh, all my old Ibanez's, they're all ruined. So then I got back in touch with the Ibanez and we slowly restored them. And just seeing those guitars like come back to life and start to play them was really, really fun. And then it took about a year to get the fingers to like good dexterity, good playability. And then that's when the addictive personality thing kicked in. I was like, oh, fuck, might as well just go all in on this and start just making like videos left, right, and center. And I got hooked on Instagram for a little while, like, because it was super cool because Instagram was like the perfect platform at that time to document silly riffs and recording like riffs and stuff, because like that's all I was doing was like working on little intricate things. I was like, oh, that'd be a fun video. And it was just like the perfect time because at that time you could very easily get like 500,000 views on Instagram. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. It's like making like all these little silly clips all the time. So yeah, that was like my rough, in a nutshell, way of getting into it. But what about you, Hutch? Because did you take a break from not playing?
Yeah, I was just not interested in shredding at all.
So it's off the cards.
Completely off the cards.
Maybe you had guitars in the house but didn't touch them? Or?
I was addicted to dance music and releasing dance music and going down that route. So there was just no need to play. My head wasn't in that space, and it wasn't till I think the seed was probably planted here downstairs, and you went, oh, do you want to have a go at guitar? And then you found out I could shred a bit. And then we're on Instagram with that. And then we did the thing where we're both playing the guitar at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I just went back to doing the synths and not really bothering with it. And then it was on tour with Dragon Force. That was the pivotal moment, wasn't it? Because we're getting up and doing the shredding on stage.
Yeah. Well, that's like quite a moment then, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
Like, you're on a stage on top of an arcade machine playing with Dragon Force.
Yeah. So it's like 0 to a million miles an hour in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And then it was just, then you were like, oh, I think maybe like you should get a guitar as well, because it'd be a missed opportunity if you don't. And then that was it. And then this turned up, and then that was it. I had to commit, didn't I? And then we did the lives, and then that was it. I was just really addicted to it, getting up, playing, improvising, that instant hit of doing something is just like really good.
Yeah.
So the whole real-time thing of playing guitar is what I love now. That's the thing that gets me.
And that is an interesting scenario, isn't it? Like to go from a little bit of guitar to like that full-on everything. Gramps, yeah, totally. Like, I mean, I think I forget that sometimes, like, that we all have those days, and then sometimes when you just pick up the guitar, like, all those little troubles, they just melt away. Yeah, it's a great friend to have. Hops around the room dancing to the sweet licks of Thomas and Tim.
I'd love to see the dancing.
I would love to see the dancing too, yeah. In the future, we should just have Zoom links.
Yeah.
Put a Zoom link in the chat. You can join and do the dancing. Yeah, look at that. JB is in the house. That's the fourth horn of the night, ladies and gentlemen, and possibly the loudest one yet. Would it be possible to make delays and reverb presets switchable? So right now they do carry over, but if you want to have like separate instances of each delay restart, like you'd have to do that on 2 instances. So you could do that, but you would need to use a DAW. That's what I do right now. So for example, like when I play a preset like this, instances of a plugin. Doesn't matter if it's Hyper Kiesel and Mcrocklin Suite, but I'm using a DAW to do that. If you want to do it in the standalone app, then for now, no, not exactly like that. How about a collaboration between you, Vivian Campbell, and Joe Satriani? I think the collaboration would be like a Russian slap fight sort of thing, yeah. You seen those things?
Yes.
Yeah. Chalk on the face. Hey. The question is you're on the podium, you're on the center stage, and this is A question for you, Hutch.
I think Vivian Campbell, it's an interesting choice, isn't it, Vivian Campbell?
Yeah, there's history there, though. Bad history.
Is there?
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Bad history. You have to see one of my videos on that.
I want to know the story. You'll have to tell me later.
I think... Ooh, that's a tough one. If you're in a Russian slap fight, would it be Campbell or Satriani? Let me see the size of your hands, mate, because I reckon you might be able to just slap through the pair of them. And
I reckon this is pretty good.
Yeah, I reckon if you just wind up, I'm gonna stay out this because I wanna video this. But if I reckon if Hutch winds up from the hip, goes straight through Campbell into Satch, he's taking the pair of them out.
And of course, my hair would protect me. I'd be invincible.
You'd be straight.
Just the hands would break.
No problem. Dip Dig in the box. I just went back and ordered New Beginnings, the limited Mcrocklin CD. Can't wait to get them. Oh, thank you very much, Chris. I think there is about 5 of those CDs left of the original 91 and 95s. So we'll try and get those shipped out tomorrow, and we will do a reminder. We must sign this CD and also get Chris some extra CDs as he's going berserk on the store.mcrocklin.com. Oh, what a guy. What a guy. Tamney is here as well. There we go. All of the guys in action. When did you get your first kiesel and what model was it? Oh, that's a very interesting question. Yeah, my first model that was sent was the, I'll show you. A very cool guitar to this day, actually. It's the Osiris. And this is kind of the guitar that made me realize that, actually, I could switch to headless. Feel the weight of that. Pretty heavy.
This one's heavy, isn't it?
Heavy.
So what wood is it?
Ash body.
Right.
All ash, but it's just a heavier piece of ash. So this guitar originally had black pickups, but then it got changed over the years. But it's an Osiris with 20-inch radius, thin profile. The Kiesel knew I played Ibanez guitars, so when they spec'd this up to send me, they kind of knew roughly what I would like. And old strings. But it looks great though. It's a lovely color. I think on this camera.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at that. That is a lovely piece of ash.
Isn't it?
Bird's eye fretboard, I believe, as well.
Can we have a look at the back?
5-piece maple and not sure what that is. Maple and it looks mahogany, but do they do a maple and mahogany? I don't know. But yeah, super cool. Super cool guitar. So this was the guitar that I was like, oh, okay. I could play headless. Zodiac signs, I don't know. Maybe Virgo. Hutch. What are you?
Scorpio.
Scorpio, okay, yeah. But it's good to combine production and guitar skills. Yes. Totally. Okay. Hutch gave me some good data on using addictive behavior to go deeper into my guitar player. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah. It seems, I think, that people stop playing for a bit and come back to it. Did the same for 8 years. Chris, yeah, okay. Wow. 8 years, also a good chunk of time. 10 years for the boss. Okay, that's a while. Everyone loves Tommy. Tim and Tom's. Okay, here we go. I think Tim's hands is way longer than me.
Do you think?
Yeah. Look at those. You have probably 30% longer if we get them.
Look at that. I'm going that way.
Look at this, guys. Look at that. That's 30% more hand right there.
But yours are very stretchy though. Because Because you can do big stretches, can't you?
Yeah, let's try and see who has the longest stretch.
Yeah,
okay, okay, wait there. One note from the B, right here. And you're gonna tap, hammer on, pull off. Da 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 da, and you're gonna hold the B and see what is the longest stretch you can get to.
Like that?
Yeah.
My thumb's off the note there.
Okay, but it has to be clean and 5 repetitions. So you're getting that to F sharp. That's your maximum. So that's probably about. Yeah, that's mine as well. B to F sharp. I think your fingers are getting that note a little bit more comfortably. That's a big, tough stretch for me, though. There we go. Okay. Question: what breakthrough techniques for you guys when you first started playing? What was breakthrough techniques, or what was breakthrough techniques for you guys when you
first started playing? Well, it's been tapping, really.
It has to be.
It has to be tapping, doesn't it?
Like when everyone taps for the first time. Let's speak about tapping then. Like on tapping, that guitar's so dusty because I haven't played it in a while. I have a top tapping tip.
Okay.
Okay, this is my top tapping tip, guys. We should have a little like a little segue music thing here. I like to tap to position shift. So for example, let's say we're in A minor and we're playing A minor harmonic, an A minor arpeggio. If I tap here on that C, I like to tap to give me that space. Because now I'm like, I've got that note going. And I've got that time to move. So I love to use tapping to position shift.
Yeah.
And it's the tap. Give me that position shift in timing to think, what do I want? Tapping, position shifting. Do you have a top tapping tip?
Not really. I mean, the only time I find myself doing tapping is when I'm writing solos, like a ridiculous melody will come into my head, and I'll do that. So I think that's like one of the, I can remember. I think that's "Be the One."
Oh yeah.
So that was just, so something like that to get about. What's the other solo?
Show them that slowly.
Oh yeah.
That's a nice lick, that last one. Yeah.
So a bit of a string skipping thing. We're hammering on the 12th on the 5th string there. Tapping up on the 19th. Hammering the octave. Tapping the 19th. Hammering on the 12th on the 1st string. Tapping the 19th again. And then coming down E minor 7 arpeggio. So yeah,
Oh, I like that. That's a very nice tapping lick. Two top tapping tips there. All right, let's get back into the real-time chat. J Bal, that's a question for Discord, I think, my friend.
size doesn't matter. It's the shot.
It's the stretch. Fucking stretching it hard. Tapping as a noob, the only thing you need, yeah. Yes. Oh my gosh, my practice routine was horrendous, as in very, like I as a teenager was not really into alternate picking. I was a lot more of a legato, gain, cranked up Marshall, whee, going, oh, that's fun. But then when I came back to the guitar, I really liked the sound of alternate picking. And I was sitting on the couch in the living room, and bear in mind, for like 20 years of my married life, I'd never played hardly a lick. And now I'm like this guy sitting in like the living room going, just wailing for like 3-4 hours a night, probably longer sometimes. And each day there's new guitars, new pedals, new gear arrive. As I'm like, oh yeah, let's get a Laney amp, let's get some of these pedals. And all these guys are like, oh yeah, he's back in the music industry, let's send him some gear. And it just like, the living room became like this amp pedal board crazy thing. I remember I had 2 big pedal boards filled with pedals. And at the same time, I was just like practicing like alternate picking like crazy. And for me, it was like trying to get better at like not only alternate picking, but like interesting alternate picking lines. But it was a lot of alternate picking. I was like obsessed with alternate picking. And then I got some wrist pains and I had to change picks. And I was like, and then I found the prime tones, which worked really well. But then I was using 1.5 prime tones, still getting like wrist pains because I was practicing for like, if you imagine like no practicing for 20 years or whatever, 8 hours a day, suddenly like your wrist like, what the fuck's going on here? What is this? Then I dropped down to Flow 1.0 when that pick came out, and that was it.
I don't think, like I was using purple 2mm plectrums for years, and I don't think it's a healthy thing after a while, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
like,
they
need a bit of suspension.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Do either of you guys invent a technique? You know, I don't think I invented a technique, but I think, you know, I like to think you have a little bit of your own sound, and I think that's for both of us.
Yeah.
I think Hutch has a recognizable sound, and whether it's a technique or a sound, it's like, I think that's probably even more important because so many people sound the same.
I think some of it will come from, like, with me, limitations, because I really like, you know, pentatonic scales, like 3-1-3 patterns, and if I limit myself to that, it forces you into a sound.
Thank you, Zenfully. Tap tip, double knot your laces. There we go, Steve coming in hot. So hot that he triggered the Discord overlay. There we go. Okay. Hey guys, the questions and chat is very good today. Let's see if we can get up to 75 to 80 likes for this great conversation that we're having today. How many people have got? Like 90, 89, 90? Yeah, let's see if we can get it up. Give it some thumbs up. If not for this lovely shirt. Look at that. What live stream have you been on and seen a guitar like that, some hair like that, and a shirt like that? That's a rap song right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure your wife loves that. Oh man, you're like trying to watch her favorite soaps, and then there's me sitting in the corner going. And I remember like I was trying everything. I was trying to descend. I was like, why can't I descend as good? And then I learned about pick slanting, and then I was like obsessed with the right hand. Yeah. Both of you have unique sounds no matter what tones you use. You can tell it's Tim or Thomas. There we go. That's very good. Very good, Chris. Thank you. You've got the best tones, dry tones I've ever heard. It shows that it's all in the fingers. I think some of the tone is in the fingers, definitely. And the way that you deliver. Because it's so much the case. Like, you could pick up a shit $10 amp, and one person makes it sound like a bag of shit, and the other person will make it sound pretty damn good. Yeah. How long have you two been friends? And do you remember the first time you met? Ooh. Oh, the first time we met was like in the 90s, surely.
Trinity
Heights. Recording studio.
94, 95.
Right. So some time, yeah.
Yeah.
Is the hyperdrive a comfortable shape? Well, oh, you have a hyperdrive too, a very nice one.
Yes, relatively comfortable.
Pretty cool. I mean, you know, it's a big chunky guitar, right? So look at that. It's like a big thing coming into the shop. Here comes the shark. But yeah, it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Have you got your weight in?
I do, but I also have some tape over it for some reason. I'm not sure why. But without the weight, the balance is... Oh, this is a battery-powered one, yeah.
Do you still think you still need the weight when you're sitting down with it?
Well, if you're sitting down, probably not.
Yeah.
It's just if you're using it with a strap, I reckon.
The thing I love about the hyperdrive is the access to the neck.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely cool.
Yeah, it's comfortable to play, that's for sure. Yeah, even when you think, what am I going to do with this part? Like your arm goes in front of it, so if you just play it. Octave sound. Yeah, it's comfortable. Yeah, I don't think you'll have any issues playing it. If you're standing up and you're expecting headless, like, delicate, then probably not. But even standing up, I remember on the Shred Club we used to use this guitar a lot, and it's just like fun. It's not an issue. Steve Ray Vaughan, cold shot shower. I don't know. I don't know what that is. How many Steve Vai guitars do you have? How many gifted Steve Vai guitars do I have? As 2. How many Steve Vai models? I'm not sure. Like maybe 4 or 5. Your accents and pitch definitely in your fingers. That has your identity. Yeah. If Kiesel and Ibanez didn't exist, what guitars would you play? Ooh, okay. Let Hutch go first on this one then, yeah.
I have no idea. I'd have to go into a guitar shop and play guitars. Seriously, Charvel, maybe?
Charvel's good. It's going back a while, but I remember Schecter had some pretty cool guitars for the money. Yeah. But yeah, that's a difficult one. Like, there's lots of other brands, like you could look at headless brands like Strandberg and other guitars, but I don't know. Like, I think the Ibanez AZ series is quite nice.
Yeah, I'd want something headless that would limit it, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Remember the guitar that I had that was made of, like, I don't know if it was like carbon fiber.
Oh, what's that?
Aristides.
Aristides.
Oh my God, that
was like an amazing playing experience.
That was wild. Yeah, that was good guitar. Aristides, yeah, expensive, but yeah. I think you've got a lefty hyperdrive instead of the Thanos. Oh, you think you should have? Oh, okay. The Thanos is nice though, yeah. The pinky, yeah, right, totally, right. Oh, okay, any chance we can hear a track with the green gem? Now, it's an interesting one because someone recently used that guitar on a video shoot, and there was a lot of smoke on that set. So we can give it a shot, but I suspect these strings, they weren't changed for the video shoot, and I suspect it's gonna be hell on earth. Oh yeah, they're dead. They're like rubber bands.
Wonderful.
But it's in tune. So yeah, we'll play a track with this guitar, yeah. What scale length are the headless guitars you're playing tonight? 25.5. All the guitars that we have between us are 25.5. Yeah, and that last pink guitar that you saw, those are my custom series from Fishman. So you can get those on Sweetwater, Tolman, and places like that. Yeah, exactly that. 25.5. Do you guys? Tamlin, I think, asked our favorite beer, but we're both teetotal, so.
Yeah. I mean, I drink non-alcoholic beer.
You do?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So,
yeah.
but no classic favorites.
But no alcohol.
Yeah. There we go. Rhythmic elements of the playing. I used to be like I still listen to probably synthwave and rap. So I think about rhythmic elements like almost like a rapper in terms of phrasing sometimes. I never use tab. Yeah, I don't even think I can read tab. Yeah, I used to read music when I took classical exams, but I mean I could probably read tab, but I never practiced it. I always just straight on ears and listening. Okay, that's in this position, because each position of the guitar has its sound, and then once you know the position, the key, and the player, like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I'm glad I learned to read a bit, like same as you. I did classical guitar for a while, you know, so it's handy.
Yeah.
You know, I've got this book, Advancing Guitarist, which is really good by Goodall, and you have to be able to read to use it.
Yeah.
So it's handy for that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, and I think you have to like put yourself in the guitarist position and personality. And that's a weird thing, but like when you're playing like other people, you have to somewhat think like they would, you know, so your normal approach has to be modified slightly, you know. Have either of you played Steinberg guitars, and what is your thoughts? I like Steinberg guitars. I would tweak, you know, certain things about them. You tried my Steinberg guitar?
I didn't know. I didn't know you had one.
No.
Steinberg are an old 80s.
Right. Yeah, I've played Steinberg so long ago. I thought he was talking about Steinberg.
Do they still exist?
I think they do. They do like budget guitars, as far as I remember, like 300 quid, baseball bat headless guitar sort of thing. But it's been so long since I've tried one.
Right.
I do like Steinberg though. What are your thoughts on recent kiesel artists leaving kiesel, and have you been trying to be lured away by other company? I always get offers to have guitars sent from various brands, and I have done since signing with kiesel. I'm totally happy with where everything is. I don't really know the ins and outs of why certain kiesel artists are leaving, but maybe they just want to try something different, which is totally fine. I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion on it. For me, if you get on with the company and the guitars are cool, then that's great, you know? I very much doubt these guys leaving have been offered cash, you know? So it's not a money thing. It's not like Fender came along and said, oh, here's this kiesel artist, we'll pay him $500,000 a year. That's just not a realistic thing. And even if you got a signature model deal with another brand, but maybe didn't have a signature model deal with kiesel, for example, signature models actually, you know, there's so, you know, unless you're in the top 3% of selling guitars of all time, there's so little money in it, and in the sense that it's not going to be like, oh, I've got a signature guitar, honey, get that Las Vegas around the world trip booked. You're going to get very little in reality, you know. So then it's not a monetary thing. It's like maybe they just want a different experience, a different type of guitar. Maybe it's that. I don't know. I don't have such an opinion on it, but I can't think of many other reasons why you would just leave and go to another brand other than just wanting to change. You know, if you maybe you want to play a Les Paul style guitar. I can actually kiesel have Les Paul style guitars. I don't know. You just fancy a change. Maybe. Let me know what you guys think, though. I don't know. That's my input on that whole stuff. I don't know who exactly is left recently. I think Dean Lamb and Cole Rowland are the two that I think that I know left. But I don't know if there's more than that. I don't know. Do you like Christmas music? Oh my God. I'm not even going to answer that. That's right. Both British and don't drink.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey, Nightbot, I bought the Scale Finder app and use it often. There we go. Hearing loss problems, I've never had that because I used to always wear earplugs religiously. Jam sessions, rehearsals, going to a gig, blah, 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 blah. Always there, yeah. Have you had any hearing loss, Hutch?
No, I mean, I've always looked after my ears, but all of a sudden, one day, I suddenly got tinnitus, and I thought my life was literally over. It was like standing under an aircraft, just... I thought, what's all this?
It's scary.
And I was stuck like that for 3 months.
Oh, wow, okay.
Went to the doctor 3 times. First 2 times, they went, you don't bother coming here again because we can't cure it. And I went the 3rd time, and he actually looked in my ear properly, and he went, oh, we'll just give you some antibiotics.
Wow.
Cure it up.
Okay, that's
It was 3 months of hell.
Wow. I've never had that. I did have like swimmer's ear once where water must have went inside the ear, and I was freaking out because all my treble just went. It was like a low pass filter just kicked in or something like that. I was horrible, and I was just like sleeping on it all the time just to make it feel like it was the pillow that was making it dull. It was horrible. It was only like a week, but I was freaked out. 3 months, yeah. Well, sad to see Andy James leave, but happy with whatever he wants to do. Yeah, I mean, you're in a big band, and the owner of that company is part of the band. It's only going to be a matter of time before, hey mate, why are you not playing this guitar? Yeah, you're gonna do that thing, I think, in that situation. How did you feel about the vertical streaming thing after experimenting? I did like it. I only did 2 in the end, but I thought it was pretty cool. I think what I will try next is just straight up mobile vertical streams and just lower the production down, because that's what people do on TikTok, and like it works very well on that platform. It's like sometimes it's so easy, to overthink production, and you need cameras, great lights, direct audio, but just back when I first started streaming on Instagram, it was just the phone selfie. But then Kiesel are getting great new artists. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Al Joseph, I think, has been with them a little while, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Al Joseph, he's been working, on his playing a lot over the years. Do you really think more gems have been sold on Les Pauls? Steve Vai thought so. Oh, man, I don't think so. Steve Vai has the best-selling signature guitar of all time, or something like that. But I guess a Les Paul is probably just a model and not a signature model, but no chance. I would bet my house that there's more Les Pauls sold in history than gems. Yeah. There we go. A couple of teetotal guys here as well.
Yeah.
There we go. Right. Did someone threaten you? I don't know what question or comment that's relating to. Yeah. Right. We are going to need you to go ahead and switch. Yeah. Yeah. I think that maybe something along those lines. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think sometimes it's what works in this scenario, right? I don't think it's always down to the concern is sometimes not down to the finer details of an instrument, let's say. Yeah. Okay, we're going to scroll a little bit faster and get to the point. Oh, there we go. We've just caught up. We're caught up. Okay.
Excellent.
We'll play a track. Yeah, he really likes it. Yeah, he likes it a lot. What do you think is great YouTube guitar channel I'll watch other than you guys, of course? Or all my subscriptions are like tech and very obscure stuff that like I don't know. I don't watch a lot of guitar channels. Do you watch any guitar channels, Hutch?
Not particularly. I really like Tim Miller's stuff.
Tim Miller's, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really like he has some great ideas. So I watch his stuff.
He's a nice guy as well.
But I think that's about it.
Okay. We're going to play a track with the Ibanez. Hey Chris, we will get your CD out
Okay,
in a little bit, and we'll sign it and put messages on there as well. Gem still has it. Right, two very important moments are coming up, ladies and gentlemen. One is the kebab shop closes at 10 o'clock. We must get the kebabs ordered. Secondly, we must get those CDs signed. So first of all, I'm gonna take care of business, and that is getting the kebabs ordered. You want to see my sign-in history, guys? It is a lot of kebabs, I tell you that. It is kebab central. So we want to... Just seeing if anyone else wants anything. Usual for you, Hutch?
Yeah, usual for me.
Right, okay. Guys, I'm gonna be 2 minutes ordering some chicken kebabs. Questions over to Tim. The floor is open. Any silly questions? Any amazing questions?
Let's have some questions.
Get them going. Get them going, guys.
All right, go on. Ask me anything. I'm all ears.
I'm gonna turn off my mic and make a quick call.
Okay. Don't be shy. Can I play Sweet Home Alabama? No. Actually, it's interesting. I never ever play anybody else's songs. Patrick, Tim, when was your hair? Do you rinse with baby tears? Not anymore. No. I just use regular hair products. But very good question. Hair questions are perfectly welcome. Yes. So, Chris, did you ever own or use any instructional videos? Yeah. So I had Paul Gilbert Intense Rock, the first one. I was absolutely obsessed with that. Had the second one as well by him, which was quite good. Not as good as the first. I was absolutely obsessed with the Richie Kotzen video, you know, the one where he's playing pinball. Had that one, that was really good. I like the Vinnie Moore one as well, the very first Vinnie Moore. So there's three I remember. Oh, and of course the Frank and Barley. So yeah, I've owned and used them. What are the odds of you adopting a 40-year-old man just asking for a yeah, that could happen. Yeah, just, I'll, you know, send the details in. Oh, Greg, yes, I had the Greg Howe one, but it wasn't one of my favourite. Wasn't one of my favourite videos. Any new ghost sightings? None whatsoever. However, I am planning a trip back to Chillingham Castle, so that's going to be good. So I was thinking of going and doing a bit of a writing retreat there. So just going there and writing a ton of music whilst being terrified all at the same time. Anybody who hasn't been to Chillingham Castle, I can highly recommend it. It is absolutely terrifying, seriously. But stay there the night. It's such a cool place, and it's got like amazing history to it. But apparently, it's the, you know, it's the most haunted place in the whole wide world. And look it up on YouTube. Next question. Any music questions? Right, so Chili, do you ever just suddenly turn your head at night and stare at the corner to let the ghost know you've caught it out and see it all the time? Yes, Chris, it is terrifying and definitely got to stay the night. So will your music writing incorporate lots of ghost notes? No, not necessarily. Do you believe in, I absolutely believe in E flat. Not so much B flat minor, although there's quite a few jam tracks that I really like neo soul stuff, and a lot of those productions are written in E flat and B flat. Right. I thought you had a new kiesel coming like a 7. I have, and I do practice on it, but it's a hard gig, the 7 string. Boss Hog, question. Serious, this time my legato game is terrible. When it comes to pull-offs, I feel like I put way too much emphasis getting the flick pluck. It slows me down. Basically, any tips on that? Yes, it's a light. The legato is, I mean, you can be quite heavy and really hit on the strings and get that heavy legato pull-off sound. I don't really do that now, so what I tend to do is it's just brushing the strings. So one thing to do when you're practicing legato is just see how light you can hammer on. So that's no pick, and I'm just being as really, I mean... Now, when you come to doing the pull-off bit, it's just a brush. That's all it is. So you don't really have to force it. The other thing is you got to make sure your fingers are angled correctly. You really want to be using the tips of your fingers. And practice hammers only as well. That's the other top tip to do. Descending legato, yeah, just brushing the strings. What's your favourite scale? Actually, my favourite scale is probably the natural minor scale, although I do avoid or use the minor 6 as a passing note, because a lot of the times it just doesn't sound quite right. So it's more of a hexatonic sound that I like. What's your approach to songwriting? Do you start with a riff? Or a chord? It can be any of those things, literally, and anything goes. One thing I would suggest is do follow my YouTube channel, Tim Hutch, and you'll see me, I'm doing a lot of live looping on there, so you can see exactly how I make tracks. So a lot of the times, though, if I don't have any idea, I'll just have a droning kind of background sound, and then I'll start writing to that, you know. So I'm not dealing with total digital silence. There's like a little bit of a musical context there for me to play with, so to speak. Ever played Thomas's 8 string? Yeah, it was a struggle. What? Oh, that's a good one. So what are the wins problems from today's sessions? Yeah, I think one of my main I mean, the wins are just, you know, staying focused, listening to the music and playing appropriately with it is probably like the win that comes ahead. But actually, I think one of the problems I have is I practice a lot of licks, right? And then I end up not using them. They just like, you know, evaporate. So really, I need to think of a way of really building in the stuff that I'm sort of practicing at the minute. Into my live improvisations. So that's a really good question, actually. But I do need to think of a system. I don't particularly have a system. You know, it's just me relying on me remembering. Thomas will be ordering enough food, Chris, I think. Yeah, so I'll be basically live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday next week. I always stream about 6 o'clock in the morning UK time. But for the majority of that, I will be doing live looping. So I've just been working on my template at the minute. So I mean, if we get enough people on, I'll show you about the live looping setup. Right, those pings are in the background. Are they pinging every time Tom orders? Very, very likely. He's back. He's in the room. Ricardo, Mr. Thomas Mcrocklin is my all-time favourite guitarist. I noticed that he just walks in the room behind you. Yeah.
Alright, that's one. But I need to call him because it's so late, they might reject the order.
Right. Live kebab ordering. Keep the questions.
Can I just check?
Keep picking your phone up. Right, whilst you. Keep the questions coming. I need the company.
It's ordered!
Yay!
They accepted. They accepted the order. All right.
Thank you, Ricardo.
All right, guys, we're gonna sign those CDs. So we have some orders. We got. Let me check this out. We got. Log in.
Question: garlic sauce or chili sauce?
Both.
Neither for me.
Right. So we got this guy for the smartest of Alex, as in Mr. Alec.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you want to sign it here?
You go first. I want to see what your signature's like. You laugh at mine.
I'm gonna put to the man. Hello? Hello? It's fine, it's all ordered. Okay, bye.
Finished now.
Oh, okay. Bye. That was a very messy Mcrocklin, and the pen is not the best, but I put to the smartest of Alex, because he's a very smart Alec. It's not focusing. Oh, this is manual focus. There you go, put on something on the side. You can just sign it if you prefer.
Yeah, okay.
But I put the to the smartest of Alex in a very messy
I think that's
signature.
very good. Right, let's have a look. That's my signature.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Do you like it?
Shit, I could do that with my feet.
There you go.
It says keep boycotting.
Yeah, absolutely. Keep rocking.
Keep rocking and
It's a
boycotting.
great pen, that, Thomas.
Okay. All right, fabulous. So we'll do another signature on. So these ones will be signed separately. Picked in will be separate. Let's get one more signature real quick for Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. This fabulous, the fabulous Chris. So you can put 2 Chris on the right side.
How was spelling Chris?
Traditional,
Alright.
Chris.
Okay. So is it 2 Chris?
Whatever you fancy.
Okay. What should we say?
CDs, store.mcrocklin.com. They're all shipping out on Monday. So anytime over the weekend will be added onto the order shipping out on Monday. Whilst Tim is here tonight in the next hour or so, if you order any CDs, I will refresh. Let me know on Discord, or I'll keep refreshing. And whilst Tim is here, we'll both sign them. Mcrocklin Hutch CDs signed. Let me know. Just checked on these original 91 and 95s. There is like, of these CDs, those are the original 90s ones. There's 3 left, and that's it. Gone forever. These are a little bit more expensive because not even my dad has these anymore. That's like the last couple in existence. So this is 17 tracks of the 91 to 95 CD. Those are all obviously signed as well by just me. And then there's pick tins on the site as well. Pick tins. Everyone knows what picks are, but if you haven't seen, pick tins with 6 different designs, as well as my favorite, the white and purple one. Probably not going to focus, but
Beautiful.
there you go.
Well, I did that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, store.mcrocklin.com. So we are now a little bit pushed behind because we yapped on a lot. And I'll sign this one for Chris as well. Alright, and then the next pen we'll have from downstairs. I think it's got a little bit more juice. Mine says to Chris, thanks for being awesome. Because Chris is a long-time guy of the community, and he's a top guy. Chris Alexander, top guy. There we go. So, I'll leave these up here. Like I say, whilst Tim is here, if you're doing any more orders, just I'll refresh anyway, but just let me know if you're on Discord. If you have me on another platform like Instagram, get me there. Don't forget, polychromdsp.com, 50% off sale. This is the time of the year. If you've been sitting on your arse and you're like, haven't quite bought the Mcrocklin Sweet Hyper Red Kiesel or Hypertune Cryboy, they're all on 50% off. So grab them whilst you can at the deal. Remember, Tim is way more frequent on live streams these days, so let's try and get him over the 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. youtube.com/@TimHutch. Channel's in the link below. And very, very cool live streams and frequent. You'll love it. So make sure you do subscribe to Tim over there. But for now, I think we gotta get our asses in the car, leave all the gear on, and go get those kebabs, Hutch.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's almost at 1,000.
Am I?
Let's see.
Let's have a look.
Guys,
I'm going to check.
Make it happen.
Wow.
Make it happen. Is it creeping up?
Let's have a look.
You got the studio app? Oh, he's a swipe away guy. Never swipe all those apps away.
Right.
Refresh.
Where's the view?
Oh, it's getting there.
We're getting there. 975.
We'll get there. All of the tones should be in there, boss. Yeah. There's very few tones that I make that's not in the official releases. And if there's more tones to come, then they'll be in a future update as well. Yeah. I can definitely make it happen if you want. There we go. All right, we're going to head off, get some kebabs. Thanks for joining, everyone. Check out polychromedsp.com. CDs are on store.mcrocklin.com. I think that should work. If not, mcrocklin.com/store. I think it's one of those two. But you've already found it, so I'm sure you'll have no issues. And yeah, have a great weekend. We'll see you back here real soon.
Bye.
Goodbye.